Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. Get ready for takeoff. Today, we're flying to the territory of Hogwarts. Our destination today is Hogwarts. That's where we're going. So, recently, in the United Kingdom, their Supreme Court has gave a ruling that a biological female is a biological female. The definition of a woman is a woman who is born biologically a woman. In other words, a trans person does not qualify as a woman. That's what their Supreme Court just ruled. You can look that up. I just learned about this from another YouTuber, Asmongold, and he recently just did a video on that, and oh my god, wow, what a victory for J.K. Rowling. So, cat. Come on, cat. So, okay. So, I guess we're going to play a little bit of what Asmongold had to say, because I'm going to respond to this. We're going to respond to people's comments. I have a few things to say about this. I am actually a fan of J.K. Rowling, even though I've never read her books or saw any of the Harry Potter films. Not a fan of Harry Potter specifically, but I am a fan of what J.K. Rowling has accomplished. A single mother on welfare, trying to feed her little girl, made her dream come true. I mean, her first Harry Potter novel was written on dinner napkins, literally. Rejected by 12 publishers, you know. And then the Christians tried to cancel her back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I remember that. Cancel culture came after her then. The Christians did not succeed in canceling her. What makes the leftists think they're going to succeed? Oh my God, they did everything they could to cancel her. They preached against it. Oh my God, the more they said, Harry Potter is the work of the devil. This is not J.K. Rowling's first rodeo. And then lately she made a stand. Hey, I'm a woman. She's telling men stay out of women's sports. The definition of a woman is someone who's born a woman. That's what she said, and she doubled down on it. And the leftists had a meltdown. And so I'm going, well, that's her belief. She's free to believe what she wants. And so the leftists, I guess, tried to have her canceled. She's offensive, blah, blah, blah. They didn't want to invite her to some Hollywood party, her own movie stars that she made famous. The people who starred in the Harry Potter films stabbed her in the back. Really? You better be careful. Now that AI has evolved, J.K. Rowling could suddenly decide, because she owns all the intellectual property on Harry Potter, to take AI and make a new Harry Potter series and movie totally digitally. She don't need the actors. They need to keep that in mind. She owns all the IP on Harry Potter. She could decide to do digitally from that point on. No directors, producers, actors, actresses. She don't need them. She can do all this herself and maintain total ownership of the franchise. Yeah. Completely. So, just thought you should know. Better think about that before you decide to, she offends you, fine. You don't have to buy her books or watch her movies. You want to boycott her, by all means. But getting Harry Potter shut down, there's already a Harry Potter theme park, a new HBO series. It's a big billion-dollar franchise. You really think you're going to shut that down? No. And you can't cancel her either. We want her name removed from the book. Well, that's not going to happen. She's the author. She owns it. You can't do that. That's not going to happen. That's unrealistic to even think that. So let's get right into it. And this is going to be a clip from Asmongold. Well, he's taking it from Bill Maher. So he's reacting to Bill Maher, who's reacting to an article that just came out about the Supreme Court ruling in J.K. Rowling's favor. It's a big victory. And so let's get into it.
Take a look at this. Listen to this.
Here are the questions from the actual people. For Douglas, what is your reaction to the UK Supreme Court declaring that the definition of a woman is, well, we should include you in this too. It's about women. Is based on biological sex and excludes transgender people. Yeah, this was a big ruling this week in England.
Big deal.
The Supreme Court, their definition
deal.
of woman is biological sex. To put it in shorthand, J.K. Rowling won.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
She
So that's the clip, and that's all we need to know to verify, hey, this is, it's hard to know what's real news and what's fake news anymore. Even for me, it's getting harder and harder to figure that out. But what are some of the people commenting? Like I said, my personal commentary, even though the UK has ruled in her favor, 90% of the public agree with this. It's only a small minority that scream very loud that don't agree with this. And they scream loudly. I mean, they shout from them. I mean, it's who can scream the loudest. But 90% of the voters don't think this way. Those that think they think this way are virtue signaling. But deep down, no. Because let me tell you, a child can't consent. I mean, we go after predators for violating our children because they can't consent to, adult stuff. They're not 18. They're just children. How can they consent? I just don't get it. So the child needs to be allowed to develop, grow up, and think rationally. Then after 18, if they want to trans into another sex, they're an adult. After 18, they're an adult. They can do whatever they want. But when you're under 18, under 16, I don't think you're not developed enough. Think it through. After 18, after 21, fine. You're an adult. You've had time to grow up. You've had time to think it through. If that's what you want to do, be my guest. You want to smoke, drink, do drugs, change your body. Do it. It's your body. Your body, your choice. You can do whatever you want. Past a certain age, you can do whatever you want. That's where I stand. And so this is my body, my choice. I choose to not get tattoos. I choose to take my vitamins and exercise to take care of it. It's my temple. It's my body. It's up to me to take care of it. It's not up to anybody else. So this is a big win. This is common sense, really. If you think about it. Did we really need a ruling to rule in favor of common sense? Really? So what are people commenting? We're already up to 9 minutes. We're going to have to speed this up a little bit. Okay, this person says, JK won long ago. Like I said, the Christians tried this years ago. They tried canceling her. All they did was make her more popular. Now the leftists are trying to cancel her. That's not going to work. It's been tried. All you're going to do is make her more popular. The more you go after her, the more curious people get. I got to check this out. Man, they're really going after Harry Potter. Man, I better read one of the books. I got to see what this is all about. Check it out. It's free advertising. No such thing as bad publicity. This person says JK won long ago. There's nothing that anyone could say that would undo her monumental success. True. She's the author of one of the highest selling book series in human history. True. She's worth billions. Probably, yeah. It's over. She cleared the game. Full completion. Yeah, you can't take away her success. It's already been done. You can't cancel her. She owns all the IP. Yeah, there's no canceling. You can't. You just can't. This person says, believing that people can be born in the wrong bodies, assuming that something is wrong with their bodies as opposed to something could be wrong with their minds. This person says, fuck yeah, Rowling said calmly while kicking feet in the air. This person says, anorexics believe they are grossly overweight. Should we agree with them? The issue is when an adult also doing whatever they want doesn't include going into women's spaces. And it's just, what's going to happen to somebody who walks into a women's bathroom and the wrong person's wife or daughter is in there? What do you think is going to happen to you? In a small town where I live, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, realistically, it won't be pleasant. A father is going to protect his wife and daughter no matter what. Even in a big city, they have communities. You know, the Italians have theirs, the Greeks have theirs, the Asians have theirs, the Hispanics have theirs. You go into any one of those communities and violate them, what do you think is going to happen to you? Realistically. Even in a big city, they're still divided into communities. Just saying. The crazy thing is Rowling at one point was a massive supporter of LGBT and general woke insanity. Remember when she got angry at people wanting borders closed in 2015? Yeah, she used to be part of the woke, not anymore. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know how many of these comments are truthful, how many of them are just making shit up comments. They see me rolling, they hating. Kids can't consent, full stop. There's no debate on this. I agree. Kids cannot consent. A kid needs to be allowed to grow up as a child. Be a child. They can't consent. That's why a kid needs to be at least 16 before you can drive a car. 21 for alcohol. 18 to smoke. 21 or 18 to sign legal binding contracts. Yeah. In some areas, like signing a contract. You got to be a certain age to sign a legally binding contract. We're talking real estate, big contracts. It's just the way it is. Even a child getting a record deal, their parents have to be present at the time of the contract signing, and probably should have a lawyer present. It's just common sense. A child can't sign a record deal with a record label. There's no way. They have to have an adult present who represents them, like a lawyer, their parents, both. Just saying, that's true. Children cannot consent. They haven't lived enough life yet. This person says, I always found it ironic that one of the most successful women of all time has been targeted and attacked for simply fighting for other women. There you go. Those are just some of the contents. Comments. This person says, common sense 1. This person says, needing a court to define what a woman is an absolute joke. Humanity is failing hard. Saying, leave the kids alone could have gotten you canceled just a year ago. Leave the kids alone. It's a line that sounds familiar. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. Today that song has a whole new meaning. The teachers should leave our children alone. A lot of parents are waking up to this. It's like, what the bleep were you teaching my kid in school? Leave the kids alone. Really? I mean, that Pink Floyd song, The Wall, has a whole new meaning. It meant something then. It means something today. That song was not exactly politically correct back in the day. Now it's really not politically correct. I don't give a shit. I love it. I love Pink Floyd. I love The Wall. And nothing you can do about it. I'm just saying. Let's see. If someone is mentally ill and thinks they are too fat, should they be allowed to starve themselves to death? If someone is mentally ill and thinks there is an alien in their arm, should they be allowed to amputate their arm? This person's making stupid arguments, but still they're making an argument. This person says, if you want to live in a delusion, you're free to do so. But leave the kids alone. I just said that. Leave the kids alone. Yeah. Well, here's my kitty. See him? He's the star of the show, you know. It's his house. He thinks every spot is his spot. Yeah, that's what he thinks. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're up to 18 minutes. We're going to cut this short. Otherwise, these comments will go on and on. Some of them are stupid and not worth reading out loud, really. They're just dumb. And well, that's my take on J.K. Rowling. Yeah, I'm a fan of her. Even though I've never seen the films or read the books, I'm a fan of her accomplishments. Single mother struggling to feed her kid, rejected by 12 publishers, her first novel written on dinner napkins. It's like, you gotta admire her success. She has been through, she's been to hell and back. That woman she's a rock. There's nothing that could faze that woman. Nothing. You really think you can boycott her, cancel her? That's not going to happen. Now, you can boycott all you want on a personal level, but Harry Potter and the entire franchise isn't going anywhere. Neither is she. Aw, look. Yeah. Look at him. He just wants the attention. He's purring. hear that. Yeah. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Well, I want to thank everybody for dropping by. Here's my kitty, the star of the show. Like I said, it's hard to say au revoir. So, au gratin. That's right. Au gratin, everybody. Because au revoir is so hard to say, and it's hard to say goodbye, so I gotta say au revoir. Au gratin. Alright. Everybody knows I'm getting ready to do. Oh, there's my kitty. He's just sitting there. Everybody knows I'm getting ready to do, right? Well, here I go. I'm heading for that button. Here I go. No.
It's only you. Just back for me, babe. It's only you. Don't need a diamond way. It's only you. Don't need a dime. It's only you.
It's really good. I promise you.